Hey everybody, it's Austin Bach doing another Return to RTR Draft, and we are very lucky today. Willing to get packs or tickets? Yeah, no. Yeah, as I was saying, we get Jace. Pretty easy pick. Both because he's awesome and limited, and because he's worth a lot. Other notable cards in here, V2 Guild Mage, so I may try to avoid, well, I'm definitely going to avoid Selesnya now. I mean, I could have gone like Bant, splashing Jace or splashing Green, but obviously V2 Guild Mage is going to be taken out of this pack, followed by perhaps Void Welder. There's a Guild Gate, an Ogre Jailbreaker, of Note, an Electromancer. I don't know. I mean, there's really no contest here. Let's open two more of those in the next couple packs, shall we? And then there's this pack. We could go for the Izzet control deck with Jace and Lauber Cruise and ramp up to something sweet, like Hypersonic Dragon if we're lucky. Then there's a Guild Gate to go along with that. There's a Dramatic Rescue over here as well, which probably isn't as good as Lauber Crew. I mean, we could take either of these, it'd be supported with blue, so it'd be fine. I think I'll take the Lauber Crew, just because I'm not sure where we're headed yet, but Izzet control is not terrible. It's generally a trap, but when you have something like Jace, it can work. Oh, look at this, Foil Steam Vents. I'm aware that this is an 8-4, so people are making intelligent picks rather than rare drafting, but I am still going to rare draft here. Not only because it's worth some tickets, but because, you know, we already have two Izzet cards, or a blue and a red card, which go towards Izzet, and this helps with that. And it also would allow us to splash Jace or something if we decided to move into Rakdos, or splash Lauber Crew if we moved into Azorius. Not going to be playing Epic Experiment, not only because I don't have any instants or sorceries right now, but also because it's just not that good and limited. But I will take a Bluster Squall because it's pretty awesome. It can be kind of a fog for control decks, but I prefer it in aggro decks. So we're going to try to become more aggressive. Basically, you just tap all their guys end of turn, get in, and yeah, oh, we get two of them. That's pretty sweet. So, normally I don't like Izzet, but the fact that we have these in the first 5 picks is a good sign. Alright, then we have like Cobble Brute, I guess, which I don't like very much, or I could take a Guild Gate, or Cancel. I'm not going to take Cancel. I don't know. I think I'll take an Azorius Guild Gate in the off chance we splash white, or on the off chance that we just move into Azorius rather than Izzet, because I don't like Izzet very much. I mean, I love it as a guild, but I don't love it in limited, unfortunately. I don't care what we're playing, as long as we're playing Jace and Bluster Squalls. Okay, we have a Guild Mage here in our colors. I think this Guild Mage is pretty much the worst. I mean, there can be combos with him, with certain cards. I mean, Electricity to kill two toughness thing, but that's not amazing. I don't love it, but I'll take it. Less of a, like, this Guild Mage pretty much doesn't really go with any strategy. It's just a good utility creature, which is fine, of course, but it's still the worst of the Guild Mages. I guess I'll take a Vassal Soul over, you know, Bellows Lizard and cards that aren't in our color. Could splash a Spawn of Rixmati, but it's not really a card worth splashing, and Stonefur Crocodile is not in either of our colors, because there is no Gruul or Simic yet. I think I'll take a Traitorous Instinct, I guess. Again, it's better in an aggro shell, because, you know, in control they're sitting at 20 life most of the game and you never want to steal their guy. But it's still a fine card, and hopefully I'll fill out my 1 through 4 drop spot with some creatures at some point. Yeah, this is fine so far. 2 gates, or 2 dual lands, one of which I may not use. Probably won't use unless I open like Isperia or something, which would be pretty sweet. Not gonna play any of these, although if I do end up going green I might play Aerial Predation, so we'll go with that. 7 playables is not great, but if you average 7 playables a pack, you're ending up with 21, which is too short, but you know, it's still fine. I mean, obviously we already made back the money for our draft of a foil steam vents and a Jace, and possibly more money rares. Alright, Tenement Crasher's fine. You know, he's not as good as like Explosive Impact, but he works sometimes. Alright, I can steal a Cremate, which doesn't really do anything. I guess it, like, I don't know. Guildmage could pitch a Cremate, which could be fodder for Deathrite Shaman or something. I don't know, I'm trying to think ahead. Whoa, this is like the exact same pack. It's kind of creepy, but I'll take Selesnya Sentry now. So you never know, we might still go white. Ooh, another Tenement Crasher. So we have the high end of our deck filled out. Unless we open an Explosive Impact, I'm just going to try to get the 1 through 5 drop slots open. Unless, of course, we open some insane rares. Let's see what we get. Alright, Death's Presence does not count as an insane rare. I guess I could take a Lee of Sky Knight. Nice and aggressive, and we can splash for it fairly easily. It's only 1 white. Other than that, it'd be Dynacharge or Paralyzing Grasp, which I don't think are first pickable cards. Yeah, so we'll take a Sky Knight. Could have taken the Hussar Patrol as well, but Sky Knight is probably just a better card. Alright, what do we have here? We have an Izzet Key Rune, a Call the Conclave, Stealer of Secrets, Dispel for the sideboard. I'm not going to take that. I don't know. I think a splash of white is fairly acceptable, and we could just end up moving out of red completely because these red cards are nothing that special. We could like splash the Guildmage or something if we really wanted to. But I definitely want to play blue because these blue cards are really good. So I think I'll just I'll go with the Draft Rescue, and right now the plan is to splash white, but we could always just reverse that if this pack turns out to be something special for white. Alright, well, no blue cards or red cards besides the Shred Freak, which is not very good. So I guess I'll continue snapping up white cards. I'll take either the Arrestor or the Avenging Arrow. I don't know. I like the Arrestor a lot. I also like Avenging Arrow somewhat, but not a whole lot. I think I'll just take the Arrestor. You know, you want to, when you're in this color combination, either blue-white or blue-red, generally you want to be really aggressive, and Arrestor is a very good aggressive card. Yeah, so let's see, right now we have 1, 2, 3 cards that require white, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that require red. Tenement Crasher is an easy splash off of Steam Vents, and possibly like a Guildgate or 2 if we pick those up, or a couple Mountains even. So yeah, we can go either direction pretty easily. Goblin Electromancer helps with pretty much just Bluster Squall and Traitor's Instinct at the moment. Oh, and well, no, Dramatic Rescue doesn't actually work because it's colorless mana that it facilitates. Other than that, it's Niv Magus Elemental, which for the same reason as Electromancer isn't very good in our deck. Not very many instants and sorceries. I don't know. I might still take the Electromancer because if we're going to be in Izzet, or at least splashing red, we'll probably have a fair number of decent instants and sorceries that we want to cast for value. And I'd rather have it than Niv Magus Elemental for sure. So yeah. Passing up in on 2 Avenging Arrows, which is not great, but it's acceptable nonetheless. Alright, so I guess I could go all in on the Doorkeeper Lobber Crew strategy. We did just pass one, but I'm fairly confident it's going to come back around. You never know. You know, there's nothing else really worth taking in that pack anyway. Ooh, we get some Fixing or Pursuit of Flight, but Pursuit of Flight is definitely the best card in here. Hopefully we'll get like one more Azorius Guildgate. Pursuit of Flight is one of the #1 reasons to be in Izzet. Here I'll take a Rune Wing, I guess, over not much else. Lesnie Guildgate if I wanted to go green, but that would be a bit of a stretch. Not gonna go 4-color today. I don't want to squander my Jace with a 4-color deck that doesn't work, so we will stick to 3. Let's go by color quickly. Pretty even on blue and red, although we have more blue in the multicolored spells, so blue is going to be our base color. 2 blue Guildgates, which is perfect. 1, 2, 3 white cards. 3 cards that require white, that is. So let's go back to cost. What do I like out of here? Don't really like downsize very much. I like Syncopate a little bit. Having like one counterspell in your deck is not too much of a stretch. Oh, Dynacharge and Paralyzing Grass came back. Don't think Dynacharge is going to be that amazing in our deck, unless we picked up like a couple Goblin Rallies or something, but I'll take a Paralyzing Grasp as some removal. Not really removal, but good stall. It can be removal in most cases, unless they have like a Lobber Crew. I have tried that before and failed to understand why it didn't quite work when they cast a multicolored spell. So now we're sitting at 18 playables. Depending on what our fixing looks like, I might cut a couple. Like this Azorius Arrestor is iffy, because I still think I'm going to be a base Izzet deck, the splash of white. I'll take a Dispel for the sideboard. Certainly better than Blister Coil Weird. Or it's just weird. Not going to play any of these. Probably not going to play Shred Feek, hopefully. Alright, so pretty much on my wish list now I have some 3-drops like Annihilating Fire and Splatter Thug and such. A lot of downsizes in this pool. It's interesting. Probably not going to play it, although it would feed stuff like my Electromancer, my Nivix Guild Mage. Though I don't see how copying a downsize would be that beneficial. Probably not going to play 3 counter spells, but there's an off chance. I'm certainly not playing 2 downsizes. So that's what our first 2 packs look like. Ooh, and a Vassal Soul came all the way back. Last pick. Seems kind of wrong, but you know, hopefully that just means blue and white and red are open, so fingers crossed.